In three, we'll do gallery view. 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Hello. This is our first time on YouTube. If you can, wave your hands for me. Wave your hands for me. I am so glad that you are here with us. I'm Kamara Daughtry, and thank you so much for joining us on our YouTube channel. Today, we have a very special treat. And if you are a creative, this is something that you do not want to miss. We actually have 3 artists here based in Birmingham, Alabama, and they will be performing at a showcase called Art for a Cause at Ross Bridge. So today we have Christopher Washington. Can you just wave your hand for us? Thank you. And then we have Elijah Mull. Can you please wave your hand for us? And then Shamel and his beautiful mother. Please wave your hand. We are so excited to see you guys, Shamel Ford and Helena Ford. So now let me tell you and give you a little bit of background on what Art for a Cause is. So Art for a Cause is an evening of purpose. It will be held this Friday, June 18th at the Renaissance Hotel at Ross Bridge in Birmingham, Alabama at 5 p.m. And when I tell you guys that this is about to be an amazing event, if you are in Atlanta, if you're in Tennessee, if you're in Mississippi, come on down, get a ticket, and you're going to absolutely love it. First, we have Shamel and his mother. And I wanted to ask you a question. If you can, unmute yourself for me. And that artwork that you have up top, I want you to tell us, when did you create, let me see, unmute yourself really quick. If you can, let's see. Let's ask to unmute. There you go.
Okay.
Hello. Hi, Shamel. That artwork that you have. When did you create that?
I created that 2015. I did it in 2015.
Which one?
This one.
Look at that. That's Muhammad Ali.
And I did it this year.
Who is that?
Another Muhammad Ali.
Oh my gosh. And then let me see that last one, the blue picture. And who is that right there?
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Okay. I know all of our YouTube subscribers, they are watching and they're like, oh my goodness. I mean, you all have been blessed with this creative talent. I don't know anybody personally, except the people here on this YouTube live, that can just draw and create like that. Those pieces of artwork, they're phenomenal. I wanted to ask you, Shamel.
Okay.
When did you start drawing? When did you start creating your artwork?
I started doing it when I was 14 at the Plagiarism High School.
Oh my goodness. And at 14, did you know that your art pieces were going to look like this?
You did? Yes. I didn't.
Yes.
I had no idea. And he's self-taught. We had no idea. He just started painting and it was just took over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to come. And I wanted to ask you this. What piece will you have at the Art for a Cause event this Friday?
Well, let's see.
He's got a lot. We're going to bring these pieces, but I think he has a total of 45 pieces he's bringing of art. Yes.
Now, if I am not mistaken, the project manager, Ms. Allison Sanders, she told me that you were at the Kentucky Derby competition. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It was 2019, and they picked me, and then I got posted.
He made the poster for the Kentucky Derby Festival. They came to him. Somebody recommended him.
He was the 2017.
It was a previous artist who had done it in 2017, and he told them, "Y'all need to seek out Shamel Ford." And once they did, they loved his work. Now, if you want me to, I don't know if it's okay. I can grab it and show you. But if
We'll
not, I
grab it.
can
Well,
bring
listen,
it.
this is what I would love that. You grab it and show me, and then we're going to head to Chris and Mr. Elijah. And
Okay.
when you come back, we would love to see your artwork. Okay. Now,
Okay.
let me ask you this. Christopher Washington and Elijah, you were just telling me off camera, you said, listen, you are the two founders of this event. And I really wanted to ask you, please give us some background information. What inspired you to even start this event?
You want to start, Moon, or you want me to get it?
I'll let you. I'll let you start. I'll
Okay.
let you start.
Well, our background and our reason for actually starting this event, we always want to be in a given mood and, and give back, you know. And when I was in Miami, I met another young lady that worked that event, and she and I was, kicking some ideas around. And that, I was like, hey, I want to do some art, we can find a cause and, and we could do some artwork like that. And that's how that idea was really birthed. So it was really birthed in 2019. But the seed was sown and planted in 2019. And she
Right.
was saying, I got it. Well, let's do, how about an art for a cause? I said, that's it. That's it right there. And the way my brother and I came to be is when I was in Miami for Art Basel 2019, I was fresh, in the gallery, trying to put my stuff up. And my brother, Mo just came over there, just kindness, generosity. And he said, hey, man, here, let me help you. And he assisted me as far as like hanging my pieces.
Right.
And from that point on, he and I began to talk. And we realized that we had some things in common. Both of us are veterans. And we clicked, and we was talking. And just from that kind act of generosity, he and I hook up, and we had already planned. He was like, look, man, I want to come down to Birmingham and, and I want to do some things in there, over in Alabama. And I was like, okay, cool. A lot of time when you meet people be talking and you be like, yeah, okay. We stayed in touch. And that brother showed me that he was true to his word when he said, hey, I got you. So whatever you want to do. So we started kicking the idea around, with Art for a Cause. Of course, once the idea, once I had the idea, I mentioned it to Allison. And man, Allison took the vision and she took off with it. And I mean, what an outstanding job she's been doing.
Well, I'll tell you this much. You all are at the Renaissance Hotel at Ross Bridge. That's one of the most prestigious areas in Birmingham, Alabama, and I would probably say in the Southeast. So that's an accomplishment in itself. And just kudos to Miss Allison, because when you put her into something, it turns to pure gold. So I'm
Yeah.
really glad to hear that. Elijah, let me ask you a question. What made you reach out to Chris in Miami? What like nudged you to say, hey, go talk to him?
Well, the first thing is, I was sitting back and just observing the environment that we was in, and I saw his work. I saw he had some of his work he pulled out, and that caught my attention. And then I see him there standing, and he was like, he was kind of worried or startled that he didn't have any equipment to hang his work. So I just reached over and told him, listen, man, I got my stuff here. If you want to use anything, just go right ahead.
Right.
And that was it. Starts from there, and then we just keep communicating. We talk about art. We always have conversation and stuff. We read, we share it, and the relationship just built from there.
Well, I'm seeing that this lifelong brotherhood stemmed from, like you said, one of the key principles. You saw somebody, hey, listen, you need some help. And that was one of the traits that said, oh, okay. And then, like you said, Chris, he kept his word. He said, hey, listen, I want to come down to Birmingham, and he did. So
Yep.
we just talk about character traits, friendship, personality, even going back to the, creative. If you say you're going to do something, you did it. And I think that's plausible in itself. Now,
And,
oh, go ahead.
and I just want to interject one thing that I never thought in my life that I would be in Alabama, coming to Alabama. Never. If I didn't meet him and the arts, I would never be here.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because of the people in Alabama. It was because of the history.
Right.
And I didn't want to come and experience that or come. It's just always that negativity. That always when you think about Alabama, those negative pictures that you see growing up, they keep resonating over and over.
And you know what? I think that's important to note, because when we just talk about the historical context with Birmingham, Alabama, civil rights, segregation, Jim Crow law, and I really think when people, if that was Birmingham now, and there are still some things that need to be worked out statewide. Right. But when we talk about the new Birmingham, when I look at the Birmingham Arts Museum, even when I look at not just 280, but downtown, just how everything has completely changed, even the 16th Street Baptist Church, just that entire area. I think that they still preserve the history so you can remember it, but at the same time, things are, they're moving with the times. So when we just talk about, hey, listen, what did you think about Alabama then that really pushed you to move and say, listen, I'll give Alabama a try, because you really saw progress, and that's key. Now, let me ask you this: when we talk about art for a cause, and Shamel and Miss Helena, we will get to your photos. Give me 1 second. We will get to them. But Chris, I really want you to dive into what can people expect when they attend this event this Friday.
When you attend this event, I want you to expect generosity. Hokana was built off generosity. Started with my brother Kind Act. I want the spirit of love and giving and caring. When you walk through that door, I want people to experience that. I want them to see what generosity, I want them to see a face of generosity. I want them to see quality. When you walk through the doors of the Renaissance, you're going to see and experience from the moment you get there to when you come into the establishment that we're doing. I want you to see quality. Right. I want them to see and experience a blend, I would say like a gumbo, Kentucky finest, Miami finest, Alabama finest. And I want them to see that it's not about the name, but I want them to see it's about what God placed on the inside of individuals, the creativity. See, at his style, look, he bring it to the table. They get to experience that Kentucky flavor. You look at my brother Mo, you don't have a lot of people that can create like that brother create. I mean, just on a whole different collegiate level, and then you got the Southern style. I'm gonna be bringing it and hitting them with a twist of Southern style, and it's gonna be a combination of brotherhood. And I want them to enjoy themselves. I want to be able to, we're creating an environment, a given environment, but I want you to forget that we're in this turmoil. I want you to step outside of this turmoil with the COVID, with all the wars and rumors of wars. You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to enjoy life. I want them to see a part of the Creator with all this creativity that's going on, and with the spirit of giving and love that's that's going to be flowing in that building. But the R moment, you're going to have live music from the prize inside.
Right.
Yeah, and then they get an opportunity to bid on, some outstanding artwork, one of a kind artwork. And there will be other prizes there, like raffle prizes.
You know what? I think that there are so many people who are, in essence, because we are believers, but just to put it in layman's terms, they're looking for feel-good events. 2020 was a very unexpected year.
Yes.
God covered it, but it was unexpected. And I think that so many people are looking just for positive, encouraging events to say, you know what? I just want to relax. I just want to hear what people have to say. We were isolated for so long. So the fact that we get to go out, we get to be at one of the best places in the state. Listen, I'm about to go all out. And I really think when you talked about getting away, not just from turmoil, but you can just see a part of God's creation. There are a lot of creative people out here. And you and Mo, you all have said, listen, we noticed the creativity in Birmingham. We noticed the creativity in this state. Let's bring it together and let's honor it. Let's bring it together and let's showcase it. There are so many people who don't have a huge and a large following, but if people were to see their work, it could possibly go viral. So you giving them a platform. I think that's something to say in itself. Mo, let me ask you this. In terms of, I know we talked about live music and entertainment. Chris just gave us a brief background on what he wants people, really the expectation of people. What do you want people to take away from this event?
When it comes down to this event, from my perspective, that I want people to just walk away with a conversation, of about giving, and it's not about themselves.
Right.
It seems like we have been driven in society to think it's all about me. And we have got so far away from the giving and sharing with each other and helping each other out, that you look at today and you see what's going on. Everybody's all about themselves.
Right.
So I want a conversation to start and continue, that people will start to think in a way that is out of the norm right now.
You know what? That's interesting because we were having one of my friends. It's okay, hello. But me and one of my friends, we were just having a conversation. I think it was about selfie fever. And I used to think about taking selfies. Then I started thinking, Chris, he has a large following. If you tell me, if you have over 500, 300, over 1,000 friends on Facebook, you have people who watch what you say. And that's also responsibility. So instead of you just posting selfies of yourself, let's start maybe posting something else. Let's maybe post a scripture. Let's maybe say, oh, you need this. Let's post some resources. Let's post some different things so we can help people. So when you talk about, art for a cause, the event is about purpose. The purpose is, yes, to be creative, live outside of the box. But each one teach one, help one another. That's why we're here. Now, before we get to the Fords, their artwork they're going to show me from the Kentucky Derby. Chris and Elijah, tell us, how will the schedule of events go when people first walk in? Is it going to be gallery set up? Is it going to be a certain agenda? You tell us what's going to be the flow of the event.
Okay, when they first arrive, from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, that's where we're going to honor our VIP guests, those that made a contribution of a certain amount. And it's still not too late now. But for those that made a contribution, this is our way of giving back and saying Thank you. We appreciate you. And they will actually have the first opportunity to see the art, to just, stroll through uninterrupted, ask any question that they want. And of course, we're going to have some refreshments um, and serve them. And then at 5 o'clock, that's when it will be open to the public. And everyone else will be able to come in and enjoy the artwork, to be able to walk through. I think from 5 o'clock to like 5:30, that's when they'll get a chance to, to meet the artist, speak with us. And then from 5:30 to at 6 o'clock, that's when we'll actually have the thing that I just can't, I can hardly wait for is the unveiling of the painting of Birmingham's own civil rights. I know she might not see herself as an activist, but just surviving a horrific act like she did, we're going to honor her with the unveiling of the painting that I actually did when God told me to do this painting like about a year and a half ago and gave me the title called The Fifth Child. I had no idea that they was going to come back about a year later and do a book called The Fifth Person.
Right.
And we will unveil this painting to her, and present it to her, this painting, that we did. And then at I think from 6 o'clock to 6:30, we will actually have the auction, and people get a chance to bid on some outstanding, one of a kind, original pieces from my main man Moore, from my partner in Kentucky, Mr. Chamel Ford, and and of course some artwork from myself, and then from I think like from 7:30 to like 8 o'clock, and that's when you'll be able to enjoy the music, and just enjoy the artwork, on your own as at your own pace.
I'll tell you this much. I can't wait. I am so glad that Miss Allison, she extended an invitation. And when they want to be a donor or support this event, where can they go?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. They can actually, there are 3 ways to give. And one is Cash App. You can Cash App myself. That's Cash App at LAYZEEART. Then you actually have Velma. That's VELMASHEFFELD. That's Velma Sheffield. And she actually have a Zelle app. And that Zelle app is ZELLEVEF2003 at yahoo.com.
And what we're going to do is with this information, we have a surprise with Miss Allison, but we are going to do a promotional article. So in addition to this YouTube video, we will be putting any links that people can support you during, before, and after the event. So that will be available for everybody who watches. So we'll definitely put information.
Amen.
No problem. Let me see this. Okay. So for everybody who is watching, again, Art for a Cause is going to be at the Renaissance Hotel at Ross Bridge in Birmingham, Alabama. Chris Washington and Elijah Mull, they are the two brothers and founders of this event. And when I tell you, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. Miss Allison, she's the project manager, so you already know. She puts on shows, 100%.
Yes. Yes.
And now, last but not least, Chamel Ford and his mother, we know that you have some pieces that were submitted to the Kentucky Derby, and we really just want to see those before we head out.
Let's see.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's
Oh my goodness. Okay. Shamel, you have to tell me what's the meaning. I know they say art is what you want it to be. What is the meaning of this piece when you create it?
This piece is a parade. It's like come from parade. Hot balloons and Velvet Louisville and Fourth Thunder Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
And people are. It's a band. They marching band.
It's a salute to our Kentucky Derby Festival parade and all the events that are centered around it before the Derby 2 weeks before. We have
Right.
a boat race, we have a balloon race, we have the Costa Parade and Thunder over Louisville. And so that was his theme. He wanted to do that, and that's exactly what he did. And it came out really perfect.
Chris and Elijah, you all, it's like y'all are picking the most creative. Like, this is amazing.
Thank
One more
you.
time, can you hold up that piece as people are watching? And can we go to the bottom? It's like those four squares.
Those
Yeah.
are the events.
Wow. Kentucky Derby 2019 Festival. That's amazing.
Thank
It
you.
is.
Wow.
Mm.
That's absolutely amazing. Well, before we get out of here, um, Elijah and Chris, I really just want you to give one last word to the people. Again, we will have an article with this information where people can support before and after the event. But if you would like to just give our viewers one more nugget about this event or how they can even support online, what would you say to them?
E, you want to stab at it?
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Hey, that's my brother right there. He a man of few words, and he let his breast do the talking for him. I love that brother.
I know.
To our audience that's out there and to the people that's out there, first of all, let me start with gratitude, saying thank you for if you sold 1 penny to 1 million. I want to say thank you the same. And if you had something to give, and to me, just by sharing the information, you did your part. You was a part of this to make it successful. And Hukana wants to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we have our contact information out there. If you will come out there and support this event, um, bring what you can. There will be something out there for everybody. We have something out there for everybody. Bring what you can. Come, expect a great time. But come out there, and there's an old song said, "Leave your troubles behind," because we're gonna have a great time, and we want to show you what giving is all about. So come out and help us celebrate these two great causes, these two great charities. And that's what Hukana is all about. And when you leave there, we want you leaving there with that name Hukana in your mind. But we want you to see the definition what Hukana is really all about.
Oh my goodness. Everybody. Oh, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to say, I don't know if anybody knows, but Chamil is high functioning autistic,
Mhm.
and he's self taught. And we just wanted to do something to be a part of it. Soon as we got the call, he was like, "Mom, we got to do this." And it's to bring awareness about autism. So
Yes.
he really wanted to do it, and he's been working hard to make sure that all his pieces are just, eye catching. And he also said he hopes it inspires somebody who has autism to that anything's possible. So he
Mm.
wanted to say that. And the last thing, our motto is, you remember our motto
Uh-huh.
about autism?
I,
Our motto is the autism.
Here, let me see. For some reason, we lost audio. Can you do that one more time for me? And tell me your motto? Mrs. Four, are you able to tell me your motto one more time?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Do you mind repeating your motto for us, please?
Okay. The autism does not define him. His art does.
Mm, that's
That's
awesome.
right.
That's
Snaps
awesome.
on
Hey,
that.
I know, right? And can I add this? Now, to all of our viewers, I want y'all to listen to me real good. When you all come out with a heart and a spirit and a mind to support this great cause.
Yeah.
And there was a young man that stopped me last week. I didn't even know he had a son that's autistic. And he said, brother, I want to thank you for what you're doing. If nothing else transpires Friday, that is worth it right there to me. But I want you to make sure, I want to make sure, and y'all help me make sure that every piece of artwork that Shamel brings and that my brother drove all the way from Miami, y'all make sure that they don't carry anything back. That
Please.
money.
Please.
Man, this is amazing. Elijah, I can't wait to see your artwork because when I tell you, Kristen talked you up so good, we ready. We ready. And Shamel, first of all, the three pieces behind you look phenomenal. I mean, that centerpiece, all of your artwork that I have seen, but that centerpiece is standing out.
Yes.
Is the one right there. But then when your beautiful mother went and got that Kentucky Derby piece, and I saw not just the background, but the horse, and then also those four images and the detail that you put in. That's why I wanted people to see those squares. You are blessed with a skill, and I have never seen a skill like this. I kid you not.
Yeah.
And I am just I cannot wait to meet you guys. I can't wait to meet everyone. With Chris, it's going to be a reunion because Miss Allison introduced us like 5 years ago. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see every last one of you, and I just can't wait to see your artwork. But Chris, I want to thank you again. Thank you for allowing just you and your foundation to share this space with us. And I'm going to make sure that people get that article so they can sow into you and Elijah's foundation. But other than that,
Thank you.
I know that you all are going to have a great night. And I will talk to you all later. If you can, just wave at the audience and tell them bye.
Right. And thank you for having us.
Thank you
No
so
Please
much.
stay.
Thanks a
We'll see
lot.
you tomorrow.
Come on.